Welcome back, Orange, and welcome back everyone to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I just thought, that since we were both here and all, that I'd wait for you. We set out on this journey together, right? So maybe we should finish it together too. Hee. Oh, May, you're just the cutest little thing, aren't you? So come on, let's go home, back to Little Root Town. So we have taken down the champion, Steven, and now we have become the new champion of the Hoenn region, and this game has got a little surprise in store for us once the credits begin to roll, or I guess after the credits. Similar to how in X and Y there was a little celebration and a bit of an after story, we're actually going to have something very similar here in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So as the credits roll, we're going to have a really cool animated sequence here with the full 3D models, which just looks so awesome. And I thought I would just take this time to give you guys some final thoughts on what I've thought of, I guess, the main story of this game, since we still have so much more stuff to do in the Delta episode, as well as just in the post-game. There's so many legendaries to catch and so many areas to explore and just things to do in this game that I still want to just complete to its fullest. So we are far from over on this playthrough, even though we are watching the credits right now. So I just thought I'd give you guys a bit of my final thoughts on, so far, the story of this game, and then I think a lot of my opinions will change after the Delta episode because it just looks so awesome from what I've seen so far. But everyone, if you would like to see the Delta episode, which is coming up, be sure to leave a like on this video, and if we can hit 1,000 likes, I will try and have the entire Delta episode uploaded tomorrow, and actually the first part will premiere tonight, so stick around if you are excited to watch the first part of that Delta episode coming later today, and then tomorrow I'm going to try and post all of the rest of it. But look at this, the credits for this game are so amazing. I actually already watched through all of this, but I just had it silent because there's a really cool surprise at the ending that I was not expecting. So I decided rather that I should just narrate through all of this and give you guys my thoughts. But through these credits, they are so awesome. Definitely the best credits in a Pokemon game so far. And the best part is, it's actually showing us the events that we went through personally. Like, it's not just showing you, oh, you defeated all the gyms, here's some of the starter Pokemon and all that. No, it is actually showing us the Pokemon that we used all throughout our adventure. Starting us off with our first gym, Roxanne. It seems like it was so long ago, but actually it was only about 2 or 3 weeks ago that we took down Roxanne with Finn the Mudkip, and we're just gonna reminisce a little bit about our good times that we have. Look at that, Valor, the Tailo. He eventually became a Swellow. Oh, and I totally forgot to give him an honorable mention in the last episode because he was also a Pokemon that we had on our team for a little bit, and also Beldum. So shouts out to Metagross and Valor the Swellow for being on our team. Of course, shout out to all of the other team members that we had. I just said of course twice because, you gotta make absolutely sure that I'm giving out the right shout outs here. So to all of our team members, it has been an awesome adventure, and I guess I've been putting this off, but I just wanted to say everything that I thought about this game. So as a remake, really awesome. I think it might be my favorite remake. Like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were tough to beat just because there were so many cool features there, but I guess nostalgia is taking over. Hoenn region was my favorite ever. Look at that Yegdip the Pidgeotto. That is so cool. I remember when we traded him over from X and Y, and Mega Pidgeot was so cool to use. But yeah, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were hard to top, but the thing about Heart Gold Soul Silver is I didn't have as much of an emotional tie to the Johto region games as I did to this region because it was the one that I grew up playing. So seeing this region once again in the glorious 3D graphics and all that was just so cool. All of these story events, all the changes that they made, I think were really cool as well. Like, Team Aqua and Team Magma had a lot more personality, and I like that about them. Archie and Maxie, you got to see a lot more of them. If there is one thing though, I guess some of the gym leaders, and especially the Elite Four, you don't really know a lot about them, but I think there are some events involving them in the post-game that might clear up some more about that. I know that at least there are Elite Four rematches, and they seem really cool, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's why I said that my opinion, some of these might change when we get later into the post-game and all that, because we're basically halfway done with this game right now. Believe it or not, we still have so much more stuff to do. I really want to get to doing all the Megastone hunts. The Delta episode is basically an entirely other short game that they put in it. We'll see when we get there. All one step at a time is how I'm gonna say it. Did we really have a Swampert already at Winona's gym? Oh, I guess so. Like, Winona's gym, that wasn't even that long ago. That was literally like last week. I feel like this was so long ago, but I guess it wasn't. Mount Pyre, that was literally last week, wasn't it? But yeah, aside from that, I guess the game might have been a little easy at times, but that is because of the new EXP share, which was the same deal with X and Y. If you don't use the EXP share, the game becomes a lot more challenging, but I don't know, at times I wish that they just had the old school EXP share, which I guess this is the really old school EXP share. The one in Pokemon Red would work this way or similarly, but I just mean the regular EXP share. I wish that you could somehow do that. And we have, of course, Ultron, the Mega Banette. Wow, that's so cool that they actually have Mega Banette there instead of just the regular Banette, that they have that model, because that is what we used against Tate and Liza. But going into the main events, which is why we're seeing Kyogre now, I guess I'll talk about that. Definitely very satisfying. I love seeing that. I guess because they added the primal evolutions, it had to be very different, but it still captured the essence of the same way that it was in the original games, and I love that about it. I already talked about how much I like the new Team Aqua and Magma. I thought that was really cool, but possibly the best thing of all were the rivals. They didn't overburden you with rivals like X and Y kind of did at times. I felt that there were too many rivals in Pokemon Black and White especially. But X and Y, they started off, you know, you had like 4 rivals and they kind of bugged you a lot, but not as much as in Black and White. And in this game, I thought the balance was really good. Like, the rivals weren't there all the time, but Wally, they did such a cool job with Wally, especially his final battle. That was possibly one of my favorite things. And speaking of him, look at him, there he is with his Mega Gallade. Oh, I just love that story. And the whole May and Brendan thing, I was talking about how I liked it more when you play as May, because Brendan just seems like such a cool guy as a rival rather than as you playing him, but they were both really good. The whole little May having a crush on you, I don't know if Brendan has a crush on May when you play as May, but I think they do have some kind of little thing going on, and I really like that about the game. The rivals felt real, but they weren't annoying you every step of the way, which was one of the things that I didn't like about Black and White. I don't know, I'm very weird when it comes to the things that I don't like, and I guess that's one of them. But overall, there's no Pokemon game that I really dislike. I love all of them, but some of them, of course, I'm gonna love more than others. And this one is definitely one of those that I love more. The music was just absolutely awesome, as we have some in the background here too, like, oh man, all of those remake tracks and everything. The Wally battle music too. Junichi Masuda, my boy, you did a great job with this game. I know you're not the only person that worked on it, so thank you to all those beautiful people that worked on this game. Game Freak, you did a really good job. And now we have a special surprise. Here we are on Route 103 again. Wow, it's so nostalgic, you know? Oh, remember that pond? This is where we first battled, isn't it? Orange, could you do something for me? Come on, let's battle one more time. I want to know what you saw on your journey, how you felt, and what you experienced out there. I want to understand everything about you and your Pokemon, Orange. And then, I want you to understand everything about me and mine. Aha! This is the surprise I had planned for all of you. You expected it was all over, but no, we have one final battle against May, and I really hope that they healed up all our Pokemon, because this would be kind of dumb otherwise. Okay, thank you. So who do we want to use in this last battle? I feel like we should try and use all of our Pokemon. So I guess we'll start off with Yegdip here. Bird against Bird. Oh my gosh, how could I forget about Valor? Valor was on our team too. Oh, I feel so bad now. I totally forgot about Valor for a while, but you know what? Valor also gets a shout out, honorable mention. I mentioned Metagross because it was more a part of our team for a bit late into the game. Valor we kind of got rid of as soon as we got Yegdip, but then again, it wasn't really getting rid of it. Valor, you were awesome, okay? So shouts out to Valor, or shout outs to Valor. Anyway, focusing on this final battle with May. That is exactly what I was talking about throughout the whole credits. Like, imagine the day when Pokemon becomes like that last cutscene there, but all the time. Oh, that is going to be such a great day. I can't wait. I have a feeling that one day Pokemon will become like that. Like, now it's always going to rest in the back of my mind thinking that. So, you know, anytime now, if I could get frozen and just come back in a couple of years, you know, come back and play the Pokemon games of the future, it'll be an awesome time. Then again, I said 15 years. It's not like I'll be gone anytime soon, or at least I hope so, you know. You never know, but you gotta be careful out there in the world. Don't want to get run over by a Wailord and get suffocated like that. That would be a horrible way to go, being suffocated by a whale. I don't know why these are the late night thoughts that come to me, but you know what, Azula, come out here. You know, you've been a great team member. Let's talk about you for a little bit. Wailord is not May's last Pokemon. I know she's actually got a little surprise for us as well, so we're gonna have to deal with that in just a little bit. But for now, Wailord's down, and what could May's final Pokemon be? Oh me, oh my, I have no idea, guys. What could it be? Let's go into Fabi, because it's a Sceptile, right? Psst, should be no problem for a Sceptile, or sorry, for Fabi to take down a Sceptile, a weak little grass type like that. I called it weak, but actually I really like Sceptile. It's honestly a very hard debate for me which one is my favorite of the third generation starters, but guess what, everybody? May has got a mega evolution of her own, which means Fabi, you can't take this guy down. He's a dragon type now. He's a Christmas tree dragon. You can't handle that, or I guess we can handle that. Whoa, that's a really cool animation for Night Slash. I really like that. But you know what's even darker than your Night Slash is my Dark Pulse. So take this, you're down for the count. So it's a really cool battle to wrap up the game with, like as an extra battle aside from Steven. Thanks, Orange. You really are a champion. Meeting so many different people and encountering so many Pokemon. It's just really... It's been really fun. Ah! Orange, look at that! Yeah, May, I can see that beautiful logo in the sky. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh, and numbers too. That is really a sight to behold. Thanks for watching.